Hello there. Today we want to continue talking about how the quality of being affects our effectiveness. And one of the ways to improve the quality of being is to improve our inner dialogue that we have with ourselves. Most of my life, I've had this crazy roommate living in my head that constantly tells me how inadequate I am, how little I do, how am I not doing enough, how am I screwing it up. This is the Michael Singer's terminology, where this crazy roommate is just constantly criticizing me. And for most of us, that crazy roommate is just 24/7, except when we are asleep. 24/7 just keeps telling us how we are not measuring up, how we are not measuring up. And that helps us. It creates stress, and stress response helps us at times. But when the stress becomes prolonged, it stops becoming effective. One way to improve my quality of life has been to improve the voice, what the voice tells me. And this is one of the hardest undertakings I have done in my life, to learning to improve the quality of that voice, that is what is telling me. And when somebody else mistreats you, you can, at at the last resort, you can just leave the place, and you can just make a distance from them. But with ourselves, wherever we go, there you are. In Zen master's terminology, like wherever you go, your mind is always with you, so you cannot never really avoid it. And that's really affects, I mean, this the effect of what our crazy roommate in our head tells us is very compounded, because it's all the time with us and we cannot escape it. And one of the biggest shift I have done in my life is to start to be gentle with myself. For example, one of the things I tell myself nowadays is that I'm actually doing my best. I'm not screwing it up. I'm doing my best in the moment. And most of the time I still go back to the old habits, but once in a while I actually really feel I'm doing my best. And for a lot of people, one fear is that if I start to be gentle to myself, then why would I do anything? If I'm content with myself, I'm nice to myself, why would I do anything? And this is actually our mind simulating not how what will happen. It's not able to simulate it. For example, imagine a person is very nice to you. They're very trusting, they're very gentle, they accept you. Do you screw them over? Or do you go over and beyond and help them? Actually, you be even nicer to them. So this is the same thing with ourselves. If we are nicer to ourselves, it's not the case that we'll screw ourselves and not do anything. We actually will actually be more effective. It's just that we've never been nice to ourselves, so we don't know how that experience will feel like, and we just think that if we are not nice to ourselves, we'll just not do anything. And there are various ways to improve this quality of our kind of communication with ourselves, quality of this monologue. And one of the most powerful ways I have seen is compassionate self-forgiveness practice. And I will talk more about this if people are interested in this. If you want to hear more about that practice, comment below in the post, and I'll make another video about that. So to how to improve that quality of that monologue that we have with ourselves. But the idea is basically to improve this inner dialogue, inner monologue, with whatever practice. It could be through mindfulness, could be through compassionate self-forgiveness, through various other practices. And this improvement of the quality of this dialogue ends up um, improving our effectiveness in life also. It actually improves our fulfillment in our life. And in my case, I've seen also the amount of joy I have in what I do, it also goes up. Earlier, I used to do things out of stress, out of feeling judged, and I don't want to be feel judged, but there's no joy in there. Now I can feel the joy. So keep tuned, and if you want to hear more about a specific practice, how to improve this quality of dialogue that we have with ourselves, or monologue, please comment below. I'll be happy to make a video about compassionate self-forgiveness. All right. We'll talk more about more ways to more ways to talk about how to improve the quality of being and how this affects the quality of doing. Keep tuned for the more lessons or more videos in this series. I'm looking forward to engaging more. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.